What's up, Home Skeleton, Smooth Singer 422, and welcome back to Let's Play Trauma Team. Last time we left off, we got a lot of interesting testimony / accounts from a lot of interesting witnesses. We got some testimony from the boss, we got some testimony from the boss's wife, and actually, it's not looking too good for the boss's wife. She may be the prime suspect, but you know, we're gonna try to put some pressure on her and see if she can't tell us what she really knows, because we feel like she might be hiding something from us. And if you want my honest opinion, it looks like she may have framed her own husband for the murder with the lighter, since her fingerprints are the only one that's on it and his lighter was found there and she was the only one that could have taken it from the house. Yeah. So she may just have been jealous, angry, just vindictive. You don't want to cross a vindictive woman, I'll tell you that. Alright, so let's look at these accounts. Okay. Alright.
Let me think. I remember that she was talking on her phone. I clearly remember that she left the restaurant in a hurry soon after that. The man who was with her left in a bad mood afterwards. No, I don't think that he went after Miss Abby. No, he left the restaurant an hour after Miss Abby did. I know that because I served a carafe of wine to the table. The gentleman drank it all himself before he left. I remember being disappointed because they ordered a very fine wine.
Ah, interesting.
We've received a recording.
More questioning? Who is it this time?
Carolyn Bowen, Sean's
Yeah,
wife.
I bet she's willing to talk now that you're the prime suspect, huh?
Once they confronted her about the lighter, she started talking.
I see. I'll check it out.
Okay. Let's listen to that account too. But actually, let's go back. I want to hear something.
She act, I clearly remember that she left. The man who was with her left in a bad mood afterwards. No, I don't think that he went after Miss Abby. He left the restaurant an hour after.
Okay.
I know that because I served a carafe. The gentleman drank it all himself before he left. I remember being disappointed because they ordered a very fine wine.
Okay. Let's listen to her testimony.
So what if my fingerprints were on the lighter? That's got nothing to do with... Why am I a suspect? No, I'm telling you it wasn't like that. That skank. I didn't report it because I knew I'd get dragged into this mess. Yes, that's right. I happened to be out that day and saw them dining together.
There it is.
Yes, they look like they were having the time of their lives, and I lost it. I was going to charge in there and slap both of them, and then the skank left the restaurant still on her phone. I followed that slut, but just because I was curious. I didn't want her to get away. Of course I was angry. She went into a warehouse not far from there. I couldn't see too well from where I was hiding, but she didn't come out for a while, so I peeked into the warehouse, and there was this hairy beast.
What?
It was on top of...
Huh?
It was on top of her. It was doing something to her hand with its terrible claws. I knew...
Okay.
I knew she'd been killed, but I had nothing to do with it. I mean, it serves her right. Did she think she could just steal any man she wanted? That's probably when I dropped the lighter. Of course, I didn't report it. I would have been the very first suspect.
I don't believe it. This is one weird testimony.
What is going on? I have a headache. This case is giving me a headache. Oh my gosh.
Investigation suddenly turned into a monster hunt.
Exactly.
We've had a sketch artist create a picture from her account, but are there any
What
animals
the
that size around
heck?
here?
Don't be ridiculous. It's someone wearing a mask and some kind of costume.
Duh.
I much. Could the killer be insane?
Who can say? There's no way to know anything yet.
Okay. Crazy monster has been obtained. Man, what is going on in this case? Let's try to link Crazy Monster and Same Killer. Okay. No. Alright, let me see this. The murderer Caroline saw seemed to have been wearing some kind of costume. There was something else. What about the hand? Never mind. It's very likely that Abigail was killed not long after she left the restaurant. What else happened? Oh, the crazy monster. Right? Oh my gosh. Okay, someone called her out. Oh, wait. Okay. Payphone call.
These two pieces of information.
Sorry, guys. I was
Abigail's
tripping.
timeline that night until her death.
Okay.
When was she last seen before she died?
How many days ago was the murder victim Abigail Parker last seen? 3 days ago?
That's right. She was seen at a restaurant that she was a frequent customer at.
Okay.
The one with her at the time was...
So let's see. 3 days ago, Abigail was seen at the restaurant with Joseph Parker, Alma Parker, Sean Bowen, Naomi Kimishima. No, she would have known if she was with her, but I know she was with the player Sean, right?
Correct. She was witnessed there with her boss. Afterwards, she left the restaurant alone. The reason she left was...
While Abigail was at the restaurant with Sean, she left by herself. This was because they had a fight, she saw his wife and ran away, she had a phone call. Carolyn wanted to fight her. Hold on guys, be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. There was a freaking spider that like just dropped right in front of me and I had to kill it. Luckily it was like one of those tiny spiders, it wasn't like a tarantula or anything, so... Anyway... While Abigail was at the restaurant with Sean, she left by herself. This was because, oh yeah, she had a phone call.
Yes, a phone call caused her to leave the restaurant immediately. But where did this call come from?
The phone call that Abigail received the night of her death was made from a payphone nearby, Abigail's house, Sean's house, CIFM. What is CIFM? I don't even know what that means. Let's see. It had to be a payphone, right? I don't even know what CIFM is, but it wasn't for many of these two choices.
Indeed, the payphone near the murder scene. It's most likely that the killer called her from the public phone, then waited for the victim to arrive and ambushed her. That would be what happened on Abigail's last night in this world.
Okay. Wow. Alright. Let's see. What else do we have?
From the sketch, the murderer was wearing a mask. Now I know what that white shard from the fireplace was.
Oh.
It must have been from the mask that the murderer was wearing while committing the crimes.
Wow. Okay. The card mask suspect has been obtained.
But Why would the murderer throw the mask into the fireplace?
Well, that's quite obvious.
Whatever the reason, it helps to sort everything out.
Okay. Interesting. I'm trying to think.
I need to sort out the information I have on
Yeah,
hand.
I have no idea what's going on.
My main concern right now is the costume worn by whoever killed the two women. How did it end up in the fireplace in the Parker residence, where Alma was murdered? The most logical reason that can be considered at the moment is...
Well, any idiot could figure out why you would throw a mask into a fireplace that you killed someone with. The reason the costume the killer was wearing was destroyed in the Parker's home was to destroy the evidence, to heat the room, to cover the smell of blood. The killer immolated himself? Okay, how about to destroy the evidence? Makes sense, right?
Yes. Putting it in the fireplace could be an attempt to destroy it. And if that is the case, something strikes me as odd about how Joseph, Alma's husband, was acting. That is...
If Joseph is the killer, then he did something that conflicts with the previous evidence. That is... Oh, I get it. He confessed to the murders. He always has an alibi. He's always angry. He's always smiling. Well, why would he confess to the murders if he hid the mask? What's the point of confessing the murders? Or what's the point of hiding the mask if you already confessed to the murders? That's what I'm trying to say, you know? Like, you don't have to go through all that if you're just gonna admit that you did it. No reason to try to hide the evidence, right?
Yes. He confessed to Alma's murder from the very beginning. If he was willing to confess, what reason would he have to hide any evidence? Let's assume for a moment that someone else is the real killer.
Someone that we don't even know. Okay.
Can we follow this hypothetical person's steps? This person would have killed both Alma and Abigail. The first person to be killed would have been...
Of the two victims, Alma and Abigail, which one was killed first? Well, I would say Abigail died first. Because if you listen to the cell phone, she was trying to warn her mom, right? So I think Abigail died first. Just because we found the body after we found Alma's, Abigail died like 2 days before, right? So I think Abby died first.
Right, Alma's corpse was found first, but Abigail had been killed before then. In other words, the killer wore a costume to kill Abigail, then killed Alma the next day, after which the costume was discarded into the fireplace.
They used the same costume.
However, we haven't found the murder weapon yet. There were no traces of it in the fireplace. The killer would also have some connection to the two victims as well. We can assume that Abigail personally knew her murderer. The reason for this is...
Okay. The reason why it appears Abigail knew her killer is because she was wearing the killer's shirt, no, responded to the phone call, went to dinner with the killer, was stabbed in the chest. Well, we don't know if she went to the dinner with the killer, Sean, right? Stabbed in the chest, nothing to do with it. Wearing the killer's shirt, we don't know that. But how about she responded to the phone call? She went right to wherever the killer told her to go. So she probably knew who the killer was.
Right. She received a phone call from a payphone to call her out. The killer knew Abigail's phone number, and Abigail rushed out right after receiving the call.
Right.
It's unreasonable to think that she would do that for someone she didn't know. Similarly, there's a good chance that Joseph knows the killer as well.
Yes.
This is because...
I know why. It's likely that Alma's husband Joseph knows who the killer is. The reason for that is, he's lying to protect him, he was caught on the phone, his hand is injured, he's stubborn. Well, actually, he's been lying this entire case. So, could be lying to protect him. He might be someone that he cares about.
Yes, if that wasn't so, Joseph would have no reason to defend whoever killed his wife.
Right.
So, is the killer someone that the entire Parker family would be acquainted with?
Possibly. Okay. Please tell me you have that freaking information for me.
Dr. Kimishima, sorry to keep you waiting. We've taken a look at the clock we recovered from the Parker house and...
What the?
Oh, hello? Naomi, can you hear
Oh
me?
my gosh.
Alyssa? What are you doing there?
What in the world is this girl doing? Like, I'm completely bewildered right now. How does she get... Where is she? Where is he? Never mind.
Wow, I can hear you. This guy let me...
Little guy?
This girl said that she really had to talk to you.
All right. Alyssa, can you hear
What
me?
is going on right now?
Yep, I can hear you.
I need to do some work with the man you're with. Be a good girl and be quiet for a little bit.
Okay.
Wow, that was easy.
Okay. So, about that clock.
I thought he got like attacked or something.
Yes, I heard that much. Get to it.
As you mentioned, the decoration on the clock matches the wound on the corpse's head. It probably fell off the desk and struck the victim's head.
Oh, that's it? So what, she got knocked into the desk and knocked the clock over and it hit her in the head?
This may have happened while she was struggling with her assailant.
I see. Is it possible for that man to
No,
have been the cause
no.
of death?
No, that's impossible. The impact wouldn't have been enough to kill someone.
Maybe a baby if you hit their soft spot, but that's about it. Wow, that was kind of dark. Never mind.
We've inspected the exterior of the clock, but it doesn't seem that damaged either.
I see. Then... Little guy? What's that sound?
Has to be the clock, right?
Sorry. Looks like this clock is the kind that plays a little tune.
That's cute.
Hey, Naomi?
Oh my gosh.
Alyssa, you said that you'd keep quiet.
I'm sorry, but that clock is broken.
Broken? Where?
I mean, I know how this song goes,
What?
but this one part sounds all weird.
Huh?
Huh.
Little guy, has anybody looked inside the clock?
1 second. Dr. Kimishima, there's something inside.
What? Oh.
We may have found just what we're looking for. Thank you, Alyssa.
Wow, Alyssa comes through. Uh-oh. I think we know what we need to do here, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, come on now. Let me double check to make sure I'm not stupid, but...
I want to know more about this weapon, little guy.
Oh yeah, no problem. It has an X-shaped cross-section, and it's 25 centimeters long.
Huh. Okay.
It's thinner at the tip, and it's shaped more like a steak than a knife. This isn't a commercially available weapon. This is just a piece of steel with sharpened edges.
Wow.
Huh. So the killer made it?
Okay.
It seems that way. It's a poor cutting implement, but it could certainly be used for stabbing.
Interesting.
This could be the weapon then.
Analysis complete. Sharp stake has become weapon. Blade. Analysis complete. Sharp stake has become weapon. Hilt. Ah. How about...
The shape on the end of the weapon's hilt appears to match the bruise on Alma's hand. This bruise could be from Alma pushing her hand against the hilt of the weapon.
Huh?
If that's the case, then the person who used this weapon would have to be...
Wait a minute. The bruise on Alma's left palm matches the shape of the murder weapon's hilt. This means that... Wow, I'm so confused. Because the only thing that could possibly mean is... What?
Yes. If the weapon is used by thrusting forward while applying pressure with the palm, then the only way Alma could get this bruise is if she was the one wielding the weapon. But what does this mean?
I honestly have no idea. I'm so confused right now. I have no idea what's happening. What in the world? Okay. The circular bruise on Alma's left palm perfectly matches the hilt of the murder weapon. So was she... The weapon has a cross-shaped blade and a sharpened point. Could this be what killed those two women? Oh, okay, I see.
Yes, if we put these together, it should be easier to identify the weapon. The victims, Alma and Abigail. They both died from being stabbed in the chest by a weapon with the same shape.
Okay.
Their wounds match the shape of the weapon found inside the clock.
Definite weapon has been obtained.
The two of them were killed with the same weapon, this handmade stake.
I'm so confused. This case is tripping me out. This weapon matches the strangely shaped wounds on Alma and Abigail. Who was using this weapon then? Huh. No way.
Abigail was killed by the stab wound in her chest. The shape of her stab wound perfectly matches the shape of the weapon found in the clock. The bruise on Alma's palm indicates that she had been using the weapon. If Abigail was murdered by Alma, it would make sense for Abigail to respond to a phone call from her mother.
What? What is going on?
There's also Abigail's final words to consider.
Oh no, I didn't even think about that. I thought she was warning her mother. I didn't think that she was actually defending herself from her mother. Holy moly, no, this can't be right.
Huh. Why would she say that?
What? If Alma is the killer, why did Abigail's last words tell her mother to run? What? I honestly have no idea. I'm trying to think this out right now, but it's like, I don't want to get this wrong. Well, She didn't know it was Alma? I mean, this doesn't make any sense. This is one thing that I'm genuinely confused about. Okay, well, you know what? As a matter of fact, this is a good place to end the video. I will let you guys ponder on this for a second because I honestly don't know. I have no idea. This is confusing me more and more though, but we'll end it off right here. I really appreciate you guys watching. I hope you all have a good day / night, and adios home skillets.